Definitely wanted to commend Southern University for doing a great job tonight defensively. I think that they did a great job as far as disrupting our offense early on, holding Jeanette Jackson to 7 points. We were cold from the field, and a lot of those spurts where we were counting on some shooters to hit shots for us, we were kind of standing around and shoot 50% from the free throw line, 0% from the three-point line won't allow you to advance to the championship game.
Questions?
Coach, your previous game was a very physical one. Do you think some of that was today's loss was due to fatigue or wear from that game?
No, I can honestly say that our team is pretty tough. They're pretty tough, but you don't really want to blame some things on officiating, and I'm definitely not doing that. But some officials call games differently, and I think Shamaya Brooks getting that flagrant foul early kind of dictated a little bit as far as how physical my team can be, and I think that kind of just put us in a situation to where we weren't as physical and as tough as we should have been, diving on the floor to get loose balls and trying to get our hands on those 50-50 balls. So, I tried to talk to them about that flagrant foul, that questionable flagrant foul, but I think that that kind of dictated the tempo for the rest of the game.
Coach, talk a little bit about your senior leaders on the team and what they brought to the Prairie View program.
Well, that's a good question, and that's why I wanted to bring Shanice Demont and Asha Hampton-Finch to the table with me today, so you guys can definitely get a chance to talk to them, because these two young ladies do a lot, and they sacrifice a lot for the team. Of course, scoring is something that's always highlighted with Jeanette Jackson. But these two young ladies have sacrificed a lot for this team. Asha Hampton-Finch plays the most minutes right under Jeanette Jackson, and she's our defensive general. That's the person who you see at the top of our press. You don't see a lot of teams that have a 6'3" post player running on top of their press, and she's pressing for 25, 30 minutes. But Shanice Demont, she's one of those players that's going to come in and give you whatever you ask for. She'll look you in your face and say, "Coach, I got you." And going out in a game like this tonight with these two young ladies surrounded by the rest of the team, it makes your heart is full anyway, because of course you want to win a championship. But when you have players that that gave it everything that they have, and I think that they really gave it everything that they had tonight, I should be able to get some sleep knowing that.
Talk about down the stretch. There's 4 players that are in foul trouble for Southern, and talk about, was there a plan of continuing to attack and helping that to be a determining factor?
Well, one thing about it, we've played a lot of top BCS schools, and we've learned how to score the ball fast. And late game situation, if we're down, we're going to push the ball and try to dictate the tempo to try to score a quick basket. So the young ladies know that we have to score fast, and they know how to do it, and they did a good job of that tonight.
Asha, talk about your 4 years here, and not going to how you want to end it, but just talk about your career here at PV.
It was definitely a rewarding journey, from all the different places I've got to visit, the different teammates that I had the experience to play with on the court, the different coaches that I've had the chance to play for, being Coach Brown, all the confidence that she had in me to be an offensive threat, because like she said, I've always been the defensive general, the guard the best post player, guard the best guard, but these past 2 years, it's changed for me to actually be an offensive threat, and I thank you for having confidence in me to be that type of player.
Coach, I apologize for having to ask you to confirm this, but no one else seems able to do it. Since you're talking about the end of the season, is it safe to assume that Alabama State is eligible for the NCAA tournament?
The only team that I can worry about is Prairie View A&M University.
But you guys are not going on, as far as you know.
As of right now, I don't know.
Shanice, can we ask you the same question? You were here for 2 years, but played for both Coach Brown's first 2 years. Just what did how could you sum up your 2 years and what it meant to you?
Well, my first year here, I wasn't really a factor, and I want to thank Coach Brown because her confidence in me and her believing in me really gave me that drive to want to play for her, give my everything for her. And she promised me already my first year here, and I got it. We had game plans to, get the job done, win another championship, but it was just key mistakes that we didn't capitalize on. But my experience here at PV was great. I enjoyed playing for Coach Brown. I would trade for anything.
Coach Brown, Wendy Johnson, open mic broadcast. How would